Hi, I'm Randy Hollenbeck, and this is the Music Roundtable. Today on the show, we have Ehren Thomas from hard rock band Weekend Picnic.
How's it going, everybody? I'm great. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
I know I've lost myself in this, wrapped up in my ignorance. What have I done to bring me to my own knees? What have I become? So long and goodbye. For you tonight, but I'll know tomorrow it's worth the fight. I know that you are better off walking away. I'll be
I want to just start out by digging into some of your history. How did you get into music? What age?
Oh man, I was probably 5. My parents really wanted me in music, so they signed me up for violin lessons, which I wasn't super big on. I did that for a couple years, and then um, in grade school, I did trumpet in our grade school band, and then quit violin and joined piano. And when I got into high school, I did choir. Was the section leader of the baritone section, and yeah, that's kind of how it started. It progressed throughout. I was in a couple like little bands in high school, mostly for fun, and then um, just music has always been one of my favorite things. And I found my stride with Weekend Picnic, my current band, and started with them in October of 2019. And it's just been an absolute blast ever since. And this is where I belong, and it's fulfilling every need and want that I had in the music world, and having a lot of fun with it.
Can you tell me some of your musical influences?
Yeah, growing up, I liked a lot of pop punk, and as I got older, it kind of changed into the harder stuff. Not necessarily super hard, but I started listening to Shinedown and Breaking Benjamin. Breaking Benjamin's probably my biggest influence personally. Um, got really into like Kill Switch Engage and um, August Burns Red, a lot of the Memphis Mayfire, and all of that kind of came out of nowhere for me. I had a friend who introduced me to it, The Day to Remember, Beartooth, all of those awesome bands. And that was kind of like my musical awakening. Because I mean, I was listening to like mostly like Blink 182 and um, All Time Low and stuff like that in middle school, high school. And then I was introduced to those harder rock bands, and that was like what sucked me in completely.
Can you tell me how you formed the band?
I was in kind of a garage band with a couple buddies, and we were putting music on YouTube and just like live playthroughs and stuff in the garage. And all of a sudden, I got um, our composer and rhythm guitarist Ben. He reached out to me and was like, "Hey, would you be willing, or would you be interested in coming to audition to be our singer?" I was like, "Huh, that's a band name that really sticks out, and I'd be interested to hear what they're all about." So I looked up. They had one of our songs, Remember October, in instrumental form. They had the demo file for it, and I listened to that. I'm like, yeah. And then and then our song Suffer the Silence in instrumental form. they sent me a couple of their demos, and I was like, yeah, this is going to be it. And so I went in and I auditioned and I got it. And they've been around for a couple months before I started. Um, Went in, auditioned, and got it, and yeah, got to work right away, writing lyrics and melodies for the vocals on these instrumental tracks that they had. That everything just went really smoothly, and everything just kind of worked out because I think it was meant to be like that.
Can you tell me how they came up with the name Weekend Picnic?
It's funny, the lead guitarist that they had before, Patrick, our current lead guitarist, who joined the same around the same time that I did, he said, this is a rumor. I don't know if this is 100% true, but he said that he had a dream, and his dream was telling him that the band was going to be named Weekend Picnic. They had a couple other band names, another couple more band names for the band, and they didn't stick out like that. And that was one of the things that really drew me in because it's a name that you don't really forget. And I think that's kind of important that people might see the name and be like, what is this? And then they listen and they're like, oh, okay. That's kind of exactly what I went through before I joined the band. So yeah, I don't know if that's 100% how it got named, but that's the last I've heard. It could be shrouded in mystery forever.
What city is the band based out of?
We're in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Good music scene here, and we've had a lot of good opportunities to kind of spread our reach around here and everything. So we've been blessed for that. Minneapolis is a great scene.
I wanted to dig in a couple of your songs. You had Suffer the Silence that came out February 2021. And I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit about that song.
Yeah. So when I wrote the lyrics and stuff for that, the instrumental was already there, but it was really melancholy and kind of sad feeling just hearing it. And there was already like a tone set in the instrumental, and I wanted to put the words in that would be something that a lot of people could, kind of hear themselves in or see themselves in a story relating to it. A lot of people could relate to it. So I kind of wrote about maybe a relationship that maybe you're not good enough for, or someone you're not good enough for, but the light at the end of the tunnel type of situation. So it's really, I think in our music video for it draws it out really well, what I was trying to convey. And yeah, just wanted a sad song that still went hard, had a good breakdown, and kind of went up and up from the start.
Drag you down to depths I cast. From this lesson I've learned that I got what I deserved. Your light can't be contained. So long and goodbye. Walk for you tonight. Oh no.
Okay. You released Gaslight March 2022. It's an acoustic song and there's really great lyrics in there. I have like a favorite line in there where you say, "You said I was crazy, but clearly it was you all along." Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so it's kind of the same situation. We released our initial debut album, full of hard rock bangers, and we decided, it's COVID and everything, so we wanted to do an album that we could produce ourselves, do all of it, do all the work, all the recording ourselves. Um, and so, what works better than an acoustic album? But I was sent the instrumental demo from Ben, our composer, rhythm guitarist, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna have to be like one of those kind of goofy, sad songs about a toxic relationship. And that's I've thought of the word gaslight, it's being thrown around a lot nowadays. And I wanted to do a real fun acoustic song, but something that a lot of people could still relate to. It's really important for me is to make music that people can think of a situation and relate to it. But it's funny you bring up Gaslight because we may or may not have just finished recording a music video for it. So I'm excited for that. It was fun to do kind of a different side of us.
End of the line. You spent all your time trying to make me feel like the fault was mine. I wrote you this song because you said I was wrong. You said I was crazy, but clearly it was you all along. Now go away. I'm done with all the stupid games. I can't relate. You pour the gas and light the flame, and I hate the way I miss your face, and how you wrecked my favorite places.
That's on Time and Tide. You released that April 2022. It's acoustic and reimagined versions of some of your songs.
hmm A couple covers of popular songs out there. Um, yeah,
What do you guys got planned for 2022?
because of COVID, especially in Minneapolis, a lot of the concerts, a lot of the shows were shut down. They had very strict stuff for that. So, and 2022 is extremely important for us to do as many shows as possible. And because before then, I mean, we didn't have too many opportunities. And so now that things are open back up all the way, we've been trying to crush it. We just recently played with Nonpoint, opened for Nonpoint and Varsity, and played with a couple awesome local bands around here at Caboose in Minneapolis, which is one of my favorite venues. I've been there 100 times. So that was a huge blessing. Then I grew up listening to Nonpoint, so that was just chef's kiss. Um, and Varsity is one of my favorite bands in the game right now. I heard them on Octane. I was like, yeah, we're gonna play with them one day, and then we did, which was just awesome. We got super blessed. So yeah, 2022. It's all about writing, and it's all about playing shows.
Where can we get a hold of you guys? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter?
Yep, we're on everything. We're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. Believe it or not, our TikTok's actually kind of our biggest platform. Um, but yeah, pretty much anywhere: Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, SoundCloud. I think probably not, but at pretty much every platform we're on it.
That's all the questions I have. Thanks for coming on the show today. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Pretty much just I appreciate you having me on because it's awesome having opportunities like this to talk about our music and um, what we have next that we're working on right now is by far our best work. And I know everybody says that, but it's actually like 100% true. And I'm super excited. We got a message in a lot of our music that we're writing. and we think it's kind of the next step, emotionally, maturity wise, that we could take. And we're anticipating big things from this next record we're working on, this next group of songs we're working on, and we're really really excited for people to hear it. And we think that um, the radio stations are really going to like some of them. We like to keep it friendly for radio. Um, but yeah, I mean, some of my most important, I guess, thoughts and things that I view important, I've been able to push into these songs. And I know I keep it in a way that can be interpreted a million different ways, which I think the listener appreciates. But I've said some stuff that I wanted to say, and we said some stuff we wanted to say as a band, and really, really excited for people to hear it.
You ripped my